So I stopped home from work real quick, and a package has arrived, and I just want to show everyone, I gotta be very careful on this, but I want to show you guys that I truly am really invested in this set. I've been using that coupon, getting them for a very good price. I mean, I don't like the packaging on it, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the box is still in very good shape, but I am, fudge. Yeah, see, I kept the PG. Look at me go. But still, I am just so, this is gonna be one of the best sets of all time. Next to Evolving Skies, next to Team Up, next to, Platinum Arceus. I am so high on this set, and it is still relatively cheaper of what it's going to be in the future. So, I mean, look at me. I'm still in my booties. You could probably see them on the camera. I just stopped home because I saw my package was here. But guys, buy this set. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, by 2025, this will be the price of a next Destiny's box. This will be a $2,000 box. So in the grand scheme of things, just buy it. It's such a great set. I love it. I mean, look, I'm still cracking. I just pulled this the other day. You know, I actually pulled some other cool stuff. The Reshiram Zekrom. Like, dude, there's so many good cards in this set. I'm telling you, before it's too late. Bye. So I stopped home from
I
work.
said bye. I said bye. I predicted that 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Because I had the crystal ball plunger. That's why. 3 years ago. Welcome back, trainers and collectors. It's your favorite Poke Plumber here, fleshing out the latest news and the hobby updates. Whether it's breaking leaks, rare finds, or market trends, I've got the tools to keep your collection growing and your profits growing. Welcome back, everybody, to your favorite Poke Plumber. First and foremost, last day to enter your PSA 10 Eevee from Prismatic. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell notification. Blah, blah. If it's free, it's for me. But yeah, the crystal ball plunger, man, I can't. That was a solid prediction. And I'm not here to, hype up my prediction or anything like that. But to learn from what I was doing back then, because it correlates what's going to happen right now, right? So we're seeing Sword and Shield go absolutely insane, right? Absolutely crazy, and it's warranted because it's a price correction. These things happen. When people start to realize it's underpriced from the time it's not going to be printed again, things tend to go up. Right now, we have Evolving Skies hitting 1,700. We have Fusion Strike hitting 850. Oh my God. I can't believe that. A case just sold for $5,700. It was like $5,750. You have Astral Radiance. Oh my God, that's over $350. Brilliant Stars, over $400. Lost Origin just sold for $504. And Chilling Reign in the 400s. And then you have Silver Tempest, still $315-ish, or around $315. And this is when people are like, oh man, I'm too late. I'm too late. I'm just too late. I missed the boat. But the thing is, when I made that video, Cosmic Eclipse was sitting at, I was, after the coupons, I was getting it shipped to my door for $400 at the time, or $300. It was like $300, $400. I don't remember. And so many people were like, oh, Cosmic's too expensive now. It's a newer set, and I'm not paying that because it's going to get reprinted, blah, blah, blah. That didn't happen. Evolving Skies, literally, and look at the price of Next Destiny's box now. I think they're over like $5K. Man, should have grabbed some of those. I did. I sold one. I miss it. But now, like, the hardest part for Pokemon is like breaking that $200 point. And Sword and Shield is literally doing that left and right now. But I have news. It's not too late. Like, these are all good things happening. If you get in right now and then you look at the price of a Cosmic Eclipse box, who says Fusion Strike can't hit those numbers? Who says Brilliant Stars can't hit those numbers? I think Brilliant Stars is a sleeper. This is a hot take. I think Brilliant Stars might overtake Lost Origin in box price. That's my hot take. It's underrated. It's underrated. But yeah, don't be deterred by these prices right now. it grew. It happened. Do I think they're gonna drop lower than this? No, I think they're gonna keep shooting. Shooting up. I think they're gonna shoot even higher than where they're at right now. And then yes, maybe they'll balance. They'll stagnate. As far as Fusion Strike, I feel like Fusion's just gonna go on a roll, and I think it will eventually hit that $1,000 price point, like sooner than later, way sooner than later. And then it's going to hit a little bit over 1,000, and then I think it'll settle around 1,000. So I even think if you go buy Fusion Strike right now, if you can get a box for $650, $700, like, go do that. Yeah, I mean, it's just, this is when you have to start thinking long term. If you want these in your collection, it's not about buying cases, because that's what I wasn't doing back then. Back then when, Unified Minds was hitting $500, no, Unified Minds was hitting like $350, and Unbroken Bonds was hitting like $455, and then Cosmic just started going crazy, and Cosmic hit, $800, $900. But it was still like a buy because I saw the potential in it. These alt art sets are stunning. They're absolutely stunning. And I think they're the level of tag teams. And fortunate for us, there is multiple alt art sets. Yes, some are going to do better than others, but it's hard to ignore Fusion Strike. It's hard to ignore Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin. Right now, this is when like I try to say, okay, what is going to boom next, right? Like now I roll the dice because honestly, right now you're in a win-win scenario. And how many times can you be like that? In Sword and Shield, with the alt art sets, you are in a win-win. So whatever you choose, you're not going to lose. It's wild to say. If you have enough time, you're not going to lose. But I feel like Chilling Reign has the second most alt arts in Sword and Shield. Second most. And I'm looking at Sword and Shield, Chilling Reign's price, and I like Chilling Reign's price. I like Brilliant Stars' price. I like, Brilliant Stars, Chilling Reign, Silver Tempest, Astral Radiance. Like, I like those prices. They're still affordable. To some people, when you start going into like the Fusion Strike, we start talking about $1,000 a box. They're like, that's a little harder to achieve, but still, instead of trying to buy the cases, this is when you're like, okay, I have these slabs. I've been collecting for a little while. I don't like these slabs anymore. I want to get this box. And that's what I was doing with your Sun and Moon era. I couldn't afford the cases, so I was like, okay, I can somehow figure out how to get a Unified Minds box. I can somehow figure out how to get a Cosmic box. And then when I graded a whole bunch of cards, I said, okay, now I can afford a $1,200 team-up box. And that's what I started to do, And meanwhile, I already had all these boxes from when they were 100 to 140. And then I wanted to keep adding more because I'm sick, I'm crazy, I just wanted to have more. So that's what I started to do. Every time the price would go up, I already had some. So then I started dollar cost averaging. And a lot of people right now are going to be like, okay, I can't afford this, so I'm going to go and start buying Scarlet and Violet. But there's nothing wrong with that either, because the reason that I celebrated the Sword and Shield win so much, because like when I was buying all this Sun and Moon back then, I felt like I had a better chance for these boxes to go up because there's way less than Sword and Shield at the time, right? Like Sword and Shield was overprinted compared to Sun and Moon era. So when I was buying, Chilling Reign after that huge reprint, when I was buying Fusion Strike and everything was $80, it was more of a gamble for me. I felt like it was a big gamble, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen because I saw the way things were printed. I saw how many more cards were graded in Sword and Shield era compared to your Sun and Moon era. But now this is when I get confident. This is when I get super confident in Scarlet and Violet. And this is a real statistic. You can look it up. There are more cards graded in Surging Sparks than there is with Chilling Reign, right? And the truth is, like, okay, yeah, there's more cards graded. Yes, Scarlet and Violet was printed more in a lot of these sets compared to some of these Sword and Shield, but the same thing's going to happen again. It's going to get eaten up, and the streamers are adding to that. They are ripping so much product right now that it doesn't matter how much, Scarlet and Violet's being printed. it's going to dry up. And that's what I've really learned from the Sword and Shield era. I remember when there were ETBs, people could even sell some ETBs for $250 a case, right? And that's 10 ETBs. And I got nervous for a little while. Everyone's like, the people out there, it was so obvious, it was so obvious. Listen, when nobody wanted this stuff and it was in abundance, it wasn't that obvious. And I don't think you were doing what I was doing. And some of you were. And I have to give credit to a lot of you because there's so many people in this channel that are already ride and die. Like, I appreciate you guys. Seriously. You guys are the shit. I love you all. Like, you guys in the comment section, like the true people that have been here for a while, I appreciate you. You guys are like the main reason why I'm doing this. Like, I'm having so much fun. It's crazy that there's so many haters that still watch my channel, but like the people that comment the good stuff, like, I appreciate you. And I'm going to rock out and I'm going to teach you as much as I can with everything I have. Never hold anything back. But like, thank you. Sincerely. Like, you guys are awesome. Yeah, you got to give credit when it's due. You guys are the best. But now, it's another interesting thing to see. So it makes it easier when you see Scarlet and Violet prices so high. But I'm curious that when we do get these reprints, when we do get these reprints and some of these boxes do drop, that's when you're going to lose half the people. They're going to be like, oh my God, I thought it only goes up. I thought it only goes up. Like, if some of the Sword and Shield has a little stagnation, then people will, get nervous and they'll sell some. But for the people that have been here for a while, they'll embrace it. They'll be like, let's go. This is the time. I'm all in. And you just have to keep that mindset. It's diamond hands. It truly is diamond hands. But I'm just loving what's happening right now. Like, it's really cool to see. Like, I know I was a little arrogant last video, but it was like, thank God, man. Like, it finally paid off. But just seeing how many people are finally appreciating the Sword and Shield era, it's such a great era. I like the stuff like Fusion Strike, like seeing what's happening with Fusion Strike right now, it's one of the coolest things ever. Like, I didn't get to see Roaring Skies go from $70 to, like $300. I didn't see that. I wasn't around then, but I heard stories and I was like, oh man, imagine if I could have something like that. And I mean, even though like the Cosmic did that, but I was way more confident with that stuff. To see this happen is one of the most beautiful things ever. Like, to me, I'm not even that surprised because the whole time during Sword and Shield era, Brilliant Stars was right behind Evolving Skies. This was your number 2. This was your number 2. So seeing Brilliant Stars right now doing what it's doing, that's what I expected the whole time. So it's like it is a sense of relief seeing Brilliant Stars do that. But to me, I feel like Brilliant Stars can hit those Fusion Strike numbers. And I'm just so confident with Brilliant Stars. People are finally appreciating that trainer gallery. And, I'm a little shocked about Chilling Reign. I thought Chilling Reign and Fusion Strike were going to be neck and neck because I thought people would see the alt arts in Chilling Reign. So now I'm looking at Chilling Reign and I'm like, okay, look where Fusion's at. Chilling, the cards are beautiful. That Moltres is insane. The Blaziken, insane. But it also doesn't have a Gengar. It doesn't have a Mew. It doesn't have an Espeon, the evolutions. But still, nonetheless, Chilling Reign shouldn't be, this much lower than Fusion Strike. So that's how I look at it. And I'm like, okay, I like Chilling. I like Brilliant still. I mean, guys, no matter, even though these prices have gone crazy, tomorrow I'm buying a pretty big lot from someone. And it's not like the new prices, right? There's a little discount, but we're not going by what the prices were 2 weeks ago. We're going by what the prices are today. And just because I'm buying a good amount of it, then I will have, he'll give me a percentage off. But now, it doesn't matter that I have all this stuff because now it's like, all right, it's the same thing. Like what I did with Sun and Moon, what I did with XY. I'm just going to dollar cost average. And now I'm more confident than ever in Sword and Shield. And I'm like, all right, people finally appreciate it. All the new collectors that came in the hobby, they're appreciating it. Now let's rock out. And that's just so exciting. So exciting. Like I never expected it this fast, right? I truly didn't. But now in my head, I'm like, okay, so we're going to hit these new prices. They're going to go up. And now everyone's going to be focusing on Sword and Shield. But the thing is, I don't think like we're at the point where I need to focus anywhere else. So yes, it sounds crazy, but I'm staying on the Sword and Shield train. I'll let you know when I switch over. But to me, I still feel like we're a little bit undervalued. And I still see a lot of potential. So don't be afraid of these new prices. I'm not saying go and mortgage your house and buy all this. But I'm saying look at Sun and Moon. Look at the prices of Sun and Moon. What makes Sword and Shield any different? Man, should I end off on that? Because it's the truth. What makes Sword and Shield any different? And I'll go in. All right, you know what? I'll give you a little bonus. I'll go in Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet. Everyone's talking about Palaea Evolved again. Listen, I'm going to be brutally honest with everybody. When Paldea Evolved came out, I said this shit is trash, right? I'm being 100% honest because I didn't know a Ting Lu or Tin Pao. I didn't know these Pokemon, right? And it had the Magikarp. And I was like, all right, awesome. The Magikarp, that at least it has a good chase card that I can like. But now that I'm opening Paldea Evolved, I'm like, wow, these cards are nice, right? The illustration rares are fantastic. The special illustration is fantastic. But the thing is, even though I didn't like the set, I stayed the course and I still grabbed cases of it. To date, Paldea Evolved might be my biggest position out of everything because it was just so cheap and I saw how many illustration rares and special illustrations rares were in there and I said, okay. And people kept giving it to me for really cheap and I kept adding it and adding it. And then I was doing, inventory the other day and I was like, holy crap, I really have that much. So Paldea Evolved's my heaviest position, but out of everything, isn't that insane? That's insane to me. But now Paldea Evolved, it's still not my favorite, but I see how much, it doesn't matter what I like at the end of the day, right? Like, actually it does, fuck that. I buy what I love. With this, the deals kept popping up and I couldn't say no. That's what happened there. But now that I'm opening it, now I like it. So what I'm saying here is thank goodness that I bought it when I didn't like it because now it's grown on me. Now the new Pokemon have grown on me and now, I have nostalgia for Scarlet and Violet because that's what I was playing in the video game. Now I resonate with these Pokemon. So even if you're not the biggest fan of it, buy it because you might learn to love it. Right? Look at the Megas. Everyone hated them, and now everybody loves the Megas. So that's the moral of the story. You might not like it in the beginning, but just, hey, set it and forget it and see what happens. Because at the end of the day, it's Pokemon, and the chance of you losing, I think that's what everyone's realizing, and that's the issue. The chance of you losing is slim, and I don't know. For whoever's here right now, I want to dive into something real quick. Right now, we might think like prices are crazy, that everything's insane. But when I see all these streamers coming in here, when I see all these athletes coming into this hobby, guys, I'm not saying it's going to get worse, but you have to think about it. Somebody with $75 million doesn't care that Destined Rivals is, $1,800 a case. They can look at someone and be like, yeah, give me $30,000 worth. And that's dangerous. But I'm starting to see more of this happen where people don't care about the prices. So what I think is we can actually be in good old times where we're seeing these prices of, Sword and Shield boxes are still somewhat affordable. The prices of a lot of Scarlet Violet boxes are affordable. And there could be a chance where things just get too crazy and if Pokemon doesn't print enough, I don't know. I really, really am curious to see what happens this summer, but just buy what you can afford. If you can't afford a booster box, what I recommend, because so many people ask me that, if you can't buy and afford a booster box and you can afford an ETB, then get an ETB. I recommend the Pokemon Center ETBs, but if you can't afford a Pokemon Center ETB, then buy an ETB and stash that away. If you can't afford an ETB, then stash away a collection box. If you can't afford that, then I recommend the sleeved blisters, right? Like whether it's a 3-pack blister or you can do 4 sleeved blisters to match the arts or 5 depending on the set. But yeah, get like an art set. So no matter what, you can figure out how to afford something and just stash it away. Listen, I started with zero. Everyone starts with zero. It's just how hard you work and how much you enjoy this and how much fun you're having. The number one thing is remember you're having fun. If you're not having fun, maybe step back, take a little break. You don't have to sell everything. Maybe step back, sell some, and then take a break until things calm down. But at the end of the day, there's always something you can afford in the hobby, which is cool. Also, I'm ranting a little bit, but I have to say this. Also, right now, singles. Singles are super cheap. We're seeing a lot of slabs dip down. Singles are very affordable. So if you want to make the grading play to give you a head start, go grab some singles. Look, I'm sending these to PSA next. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to grade these, and I'm going to take the cards that I don't like, and then I'm going to, sell them, trade them, and put it in the sealed product. That's the best way to do it. That's what I've been doing since the beginning. All the cards that I pulled in the beginning, I graded them, and it turned into sealed product. And that's a little cheat code. You don't have to spend all this money. You could just, and then if you have like 10 smaller slabs, you can trade into one bigger slab. And then that's how you start to grow in this hobby. I don't know how we got here, but I just want to resonate because I know a lot of people are struggling. But it doesn't have to be instant. Like, this is a process. It could take 3 months to end up with one product. I don't know. I just want to see everyone have fun. I don't want to see, people miserable. But this is where we're heading with the hobby. And if you've been here for a little while, you have a head start. Just brace yourselves. Because I don't know. If it doesn't calm down in the summer, a lot of people are going to leave. I don't know. I wish I could be more positive. You guys are the best, though. I appreciate and I love each and every one of you. Like, comment, subscribe.